Florida always had this incredible allure: sunny sky, tropical beauty, vibrant city life, and low cost of living compared to places like New York, California. But the truth is, it's not always sunshine. With the perks of Florida's weather comes with a huge downside. The very real reason a lot of people decide to say goodbye to Florida: the hurricane and extreme weather risks. For many Floridians, this risk has become a serious factor in deciding whether to stay or live. So in this video, we're going to talk about what most people in my industry would rather avoid to talk. We're going to go beyond the beach vibe and dive into the harsh reality of Florida's weather risks. While we all love to talk about the sunshine and the perks of life in here, it's time to get real about the side of Florida that everyone should know, a side that can make living here very challenging. If you haven't met me yet, I am Beatty. I make videos about everything Miami and South Florida. The good, the bad, the not so bad, what it's like to live, work, play here, explore the hottest spots, the outdoor adventure, the beach, and my favorite topic, real estate. I'm also a real estate licensed professional and team leader here in the vibrant Miami area. My team and I were passionate about helping people like you to buy, to sell, to invest, and relocate it to this incredible city. And if you're curious about Florida's life, you are in the right place. About 10 years ago, I left a busy travel-heavy career to settle in Miami, and I love ever since. Now, in today's video, we're gonna cover about hurricane, storms, risk, damage, and even fatality, but also what the state is doing to combat flooding and reduce these risks. So let's dive in. Have you ever driven through South Florida during the storm? It's like an instant flash flood. The sky goes from clear to downpour in a matter of minutes, and suddenly you're navigating streets that looks like rivers. This can be incredibly stressful for the drivers, especially in cities like Miami, where heavy rainstorms can leave certain streets submerged. Flash floods pose a real safety risk. Even just 6 inches of water can make you lose control of your vehicle, and once it hits a foot of water, most cars start to float. 2 feet, that's enough to wipe your car away. And it's not just about the vehicle, it's a real life safety risk. Imagine being in the situation, palms sweating, heart racing, wondering if you make through. It's scary. That's why Florida's Turn Around, Don't Drown campaign is so important. It reminds residents to avoid flooded roads even if they look shallow. It is the flash floods and the unpredictability of extreme weather that pushes some people to consider moving somewhere else. So let's talk hurricanes. Hurricane season is just part of life for Floridians, but it can really take a toll both emotionally and financially. Getting ready for a storm, evacuating, paying for premium property insurance can add up fast, make it tough for many families. There is also the constant anxiety of wondering when the next big storm will strike and what kind of destruction it might bring to homes and communities. For some, hurricane preparedness has become second nature. For others, the constant worry about extreme weather makes them look to another state with fewer weather risks as safe alternatives. Florida has faced several historic storms in recent years. Storms like Hurricane Irma 2017, Hurricane Michael 2018, Hurricane Ian 2022, and Hurricane Helene and Milton 2024. Each of these hurricanes brought catastrophic flooding, deadly storm surges, and destroyed homes and took many lives. When a hurricane hits, it often means days or even weeks without a power, extensive damage to homes, and in the aftermath, a rise in insurance premium. The financial impact can be crushing, and for some people, it's simply too much to bear. Imagine this: the constant stress of watching weather updates dominate every TV channel, radio station, and social media feed, unable to look away. You see other places devastated by the storm and cannot help but wonder if your community will be next. Then comes the scramble to stock up on essentials, facing empty supermarket shelves, long lines, and water supplies like bottled water, canned food, and battery disappear as quick as they restock. Gas stations quickly run dry as everyone rushing to fill their tank, preparing for the possibility of evacuation. Putting up shutters and sandbags, security anything that might become a projectile in high winds. It is exhausting and very stressful. And if you are ordered to evacuate, the decision to leave behind the life you built, it's painfully difficult. Packing only the essentials, import documents, family photos, and the most valued possessions, knowing there is a chance you might return to nothing. The uncertainty is haunting. Will it hit here? How bad will it be? You drive on a crowded highway hoping your home will still be standing when you return. The afterstorm, the sight can be heartbreaking. Flooded streets, debris pile up, wind damage the homes, and sometimes total destruction. Power outage means no air conditioning, no cell phone, no internet, leaving people feeling cut off from loved ones and further updates. Days without power in Florida's hot, humid climate are miserable, with no relief from the heat, waiting for insurance claim to be processed, and managing out-of-pocket repairs only add to the burden. And the financial strain of replacing essentials, covering deductibles, and in some cases, even relocating, can be enormous. Pets and children feel the stress too. Pets pick up on the tension while children might not fully understand, but can sense the fear and the disruption. Keeping everyone safe and calm during and after the storm can be emotionally exhausting and heartbreaking. Florida isn't the only state with weather risks, but some other places offer a bit more peace of mind. So if you consider a move to Florida, it's worth it weighing these weather factors. You might ask yourself, is the warm climate and lack of state income worth the added cost and risk? For some, the answer is yes. But for others, the constant threat of extreme weather and rising insurance rates led them to seek safer alternatives. Now, the million-dollar question is, what is the state of Florida doing to help with the never-ending threat of hurricane, floodings, and rising sea levels? These problems are serious because they can harm our environment, economy, and the communities. Florida is especially at risk due to its long coastline. So, is Florida just accepting this fate? Absolutely not. Florida takes steps to combat this flooding risk in multiple ways. Many cities, especially Miami Beach, has invested millions and millions into infrastructure projects like stormwater pumps, seawalls, and restoring the Everglades to act as a natural buffer for flood waters. We also have strict building codes here. Homes in flood-prone areas must be elevated, and structures are designed to withstand severe winds. After Hurricane Andrew back in 1992, Florida tightened its building regulation to ensure property could better handle hurricanes and flooding. Then there are Florida's emergency preparedness system. We have a real-time flood alerts, evacuation routes, and shelters ready for when the storm strikes. In South Florida, there is a strong focus on sea level rise, with counties working together on regional solutions like rising roads and upgrade draining systems. That brings us to the end of our video, where we cover one of the top reasons why people are choosing moving away from Florida. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel. When it comes down to decide whether to stay or live in Florida, it's a very personal choice, balancing the state's unique lifestyle and benefits against the challenge of our climate. For some, the annual hurricane prep, rising insurance costs, and unpredictability of storm season are enough to consider a fresh start elsewhere. But for others, like myself, Florida's beauty, lifestyle, sense of community is hard to replace. Living here has given me unforgettable memories. I remember coming home after hurricane with my 6-month-old son, finding we have no power for 3 days during hot summer days. Or a time I drove through the flooded streets to pick him up from school. That was a reminder of just how fast life can shift. Moments like this are real challenges in life in Florida, but they have also shown me the strength of our community, with neighbors coming together to help each other through the hardest time. Yes, Florida's climate has its downsides. but the resilience, unity, and the natural beauty here are what keep me staying. Every Floridian share a connection with this place that is tough to leave behind. So, what about you? If you have to choose, what risk would you be willing to face for a place you love? And if you'd like to know more about life in here, we can chat direct on the Zoom call. Just follow the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you to reflect on your own decision about staying or leaving. See you in the next video.